Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Wolverhampton Racecourse here on Friday. It is the 5th of January 2024. Gonna look the 6th race, 7 o'clock from Wolverhampton. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean around the world. Let's look at the 6th race, 7 o'clock, which is the Always Gamble Responsibly with Bet UK Handicap Division 2. It's a Class 6 handicap going for a per $7,000. Races for 4-year-olds and upwards. Horse rated 46 to 55. 9 horses are contesting the 2,800-meter journey, or mile 3/4 on the all-weather Tapeta surface. Gonna take here the number 2 horse, Virtual Hug, as a top selection. 258 in the TriCash trifecta. 258 TriCash trifecta, top selection of 2 horse, Virtual Hug. This 6-year-old owned by Barantino here. Nicky Evans trains, gets Brian up in the saddle. The horse's most recent outing came the 18th of December, Wolverhampton, a mile and a half in a Class 6 handicap, and the horse finished 4th by 1 3/4 lengths. Off of that run, he had a very wide trip that day. He plodded along. I thought he needed something more, a little bit in the late stages, like a little bit more ground. He's going to get it today, which I think should suit him up well. Back to Wolverhampton, where he went over this course back in November. I expect him to run a good race and get the job done here today. His very similar weight that he had in November when he won this kind of race. 2 back ran the 4th of December at Wolverhampton, mile 3/4 in a Class 6 handicap. That day he finished 7 by 10 lengths off a quick turnaround and a tough race prior to that. He completely hit the wall that day. They were flying that day, and he just never really got going. It wasn't his day to win, and then a very tough race on the 14th of November, Wolverhampton, mile and a half in a Class 6. He finished 4th by 3 lengths again. He plodded along, he quickened up a lot that day, but again, if the race was mile 6, he probably would have made the race interesting. And then his most recent victory, wide poster here on the 6th of November, mile 3/4 in a Class 6 handicap, winning by 2 lengths. He was under the drive and excelling that day. He had the turn of foot to win. He loved the staying trip. Coming here, back to Wolverhampton with a little bit of time between races, over the staying trip, I'm going to give him a shot on the ticket. I think the 5 horse here, the Crafty Master, can win also for William Carson and Tony Carroll. Was a winner over the 2 miles and a 16th here in December at a Class 6 handicap by length. And again, he a little bit driving that day, but he took off clear with no weight. He was getting a little bit more weight of 5 pounds more than he had last time out. But since coming to the all-weather back in October, he's really improved a lot. That 21st of October race back on the all-weather in a 2 mile 16th Class 6 handicap, he finished 2nd by 3/4 in length that day. And again, late in the stages, he was gaining ground, kind of getting some weaker horses home. Some weakening horses were, he was passing that day, but it was a decent race that day. Then he ran over the mile and a half in December, where he had a good second place finish. He needed the race that day, but he got down the race course well, and then he won a week later over the 2 miles and a 16th quite nicely. 7 to 5 here. I know it was a short price, but he could definitely win. And a horse to get a little bit wacky to end off the Placer quad pot, the 8 horse Bateau Bay. Showed potential 2 back at Newcastle in that apprentice handicap. And if you look at some of the form, if she wants to go mile 6, I think. Back here, a little bit less weight with the 3-pound apprentice up. I'll give this horse a shot on the ticket at 20-1. I know it's a little wacky, but she can win. But to recount my selection for the 6th, 7 o'clock from Wolverhampton, I'm going to take the 2 horse Virtual Hug. Give kudos to the 5 horse The Crafty Master and the 8 horse Bateau Bay. 258 TriCash trifecta. Use all 3 of them to end off this quad or place pot. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5. Good luck, everybody.